friend of ours right now, and we like to take real world experiences because we believe people go in with these shits. So I have a friend right now who unfortunately got scorned in her situation, and now she's on her I don't give a fuck. And if I were to see her on the streets and not know her, I would call her a name. But because I know her, I don't want to disrespect. I think
he would call her a bitch.
I would call her a thought. What the fuck?
Goddamn!
Like,
I thought bitch.
No,
I was just working on savagery a little bit, like just a little. No,
I mean savage.
I was going for bitch.
She's having a city girl last summer.
Oh, she ratchet.
Oh, a bitchy thought.
I wouldn't call her bitchy.
That's honestly what I call city girls.
I wouldn't call it attitude. I just call it, college me. Okay.
See, I love how girls get with city girls like,
But it's like those visas.
Or nah. All right.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna say it because it's too.
So I do have to ask a question because I mean this is happening to her, and we're at this certain age, right? Now, if she's gonna go forward with this lifestyle, if she goes bad, is she gone forever? Do you guys believe that? If she goes bad, is there a way that she can come back and be that wholesome girl that tried before that situation hit her spirit?
I believe anyone could go back, but like I feel like people need to understand, especially for females. Although I don't discredit it for dudes, because I've seen dudes that it happened to as well, where I completely understand putting your all into something and watching that person that you put everything into destroy it all.
Lord.
And it's like as much as people will say that's not everyone, it's really hard to wrap your mind because you trusted this person, so how do I know you won't do it or you won't do it? And it's not fair, but it's just at this point I don't give a fuck about what you tell me because he told me that. I don't give a damn what you promised me. He promised me that. So you know what? Fuck all you motherfuckers.
Damn.
And I mean, like, that's literally like the train of thought. Like, fuck you.
So you're gonna put everybody in the
Everyone. Because why? I'm not attached to you now. Now if you do something stupid.
Look.
You gotta do the Beyonce.
Like, literally.
Bye.
Like, tell them, boy, bye. Or like, Betty, you didn't want to come over tonight? Oh, that's fine. What you mean? Oh, boy, you still here? Oh, somebody else is coming.
You going to the left me?
Yeah, like,
I mean, you're not
I called you old. I like that.
Anyway.
It's just kind of like, I don't think anybody that gets played or something happens to them, they're gone forever. But you have to give that person a natural time to get over it. Because they might meet someone that breaks through that. They might meet someone that breaks through that shield that they made. But when they make it, it's because that person got hurt so badly that they don't want to feel that ever again. So this is easier. Keeping you at a distance is easier than letting you back in and letting you do what someone else that I trusted did.
Oh,
facts. Okay. I have a very long story, but I'm gonna keep that short.
You could have read it.
No, I'm gonna keep it short because I have definitely been played so many times. And from that, I decided, you know what? Savagery all the way. And at this particular point, now that I am in a committed relationship for over 2 years, because that's like that's a big deal. Like over 2 years is a big deal in this community, in this world. Like right now, over 2 years, boop. All right. So in either case, that's a big deal. Now, granted, you have trust issues because like that's life. Like it happens because you got to kind of like get over what you've been through. And normally, if you're with the right person, they kind of understand because they've been through something too.
Yeah.
So they're gonna try to, you know, help you and you help them and like, but like it's not like a active thing. It's more of just I'm gonna prove that I'm different.
Okay.
Type of business. But because I've been hurt so severely, my trust issues are really like heavy. Like it's really heavy. Like I've had somebody legitimately, God help me, they got married behind my back and had somebody knocked up. So
was it the same person?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Yes. Did he at least get the person he married knocked up?
That's what I asked.
Okay.
The same person?
I thought it was two directions.
No. I had to say that. Was it the same same
minute.
person?
No,
Like,
it was his,
wait a
his
minute.
ex-girlfriend. I mean, God rest his soul, because he's not with us anymore. It wasn't. It had
Oh,
nothing to do with me.
I mean,
Nothing to do with
You
me.
sure?
I'm not
I
incriminating
wanted to
myself.
ask.
Mhm.
I wanted to
I'm not
ask.
incriminating myself.
Jerry,
Nothing to do with me.
Jerry.
That,
No.
his heart stopped in the
No,
bed. That has nothing to do with me.
That's not Jerry. That's DA.
Yeah.
DA.
No, he had a heart attack or something. I don't know, but that was way after me.
Now I don't want to be mean or anything because he's dead, but
Way after me.
there's sometimes karma will come.
You see what I'm saying? And anyway, that's me. But fact of the matter is that
It's
you
some
don't.
mood.
You don't go and like knock up your ex and then have a girlfriend that you've been with for a while and then you marry that ex because you think it's the right thing to do because you knocked them up and you still don't tell your girlfriend. So now your girlfriend is actually the other woman even though she was the one that was with you at that time. So you recover from that kind of hard. So you still have savagery in you like years upon years later. So right now I'm still dealing with the fact that there's definite savagery in my life, but I have a mate.
relationship.
So it's like that savagery is like it's almost like putting like no savagery, come back,
Pull
No.
it back
come back.
all day.
No,
Not him. He didn't do it. He didn't do
No,
it.
right? It's like,
Yeah.
all right, different person. Is
Well, like
that
from a male
different
perspective,
person.
though, like
yeah. No.
I would
Well, I
love
mean,
to.
first off, damn. I would love to read the book, see the movie, to that shit.
Telenovela.
Like, yo.
I was gonna
That's gonna be hard.
go on my savagery moment, but you
Yeah.
jumped on that.
See,
telenovela.
all right.
That's my issue.
It's okay. I tell
So-
my students that cautionary tale so they know boundaries.
Shit'll break your heart.
Do what they need to do
And they
to
still
make
won't
sure that
listen.
they're
It's
all
just-
good. I mean, they won't.
You
But I
gotta
love them.
learn to get your
and-
heart broken.
It's true.
Yeah. Now I will say for like myself. Now Nelly, you can attest to this. When we went to high school together. When I was in high school, I was
Ah!
Mm.
Sorry. That no, only because I'm not laughing at you.
yes, you are. But yeah.
No, that girl. She ain't know it.
She ain't
okay.
shit. I know. So back then.
No, because I can tell you why.
Yeah.
Let me.
Now
wait, can
I was
do
a.
it? Because I feel like it would be so much
I got
better.
you. I got you. You can fill in the blank. Now, and back then, I was a completely different person. I was that. I tried real hard to be the guy in the Notebook with the flowers and the chocolate.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
wait.
I was nice as
I
fuck.
wish you
Yeah.
would
Wait, what Nikolai was
Can I
that?
please?
I'd love to know.
Can I start and you finish? Because I really want you guys to understand, like, Nikolai G was created because of people like this girl.
That's amazing because I didn't know that.
Can I
when we hit
please?
college?
If you must. Oh, pre-college?
I didn't know that.
I was
when we
a
hit
hold on.
college.
College was the result.
Adorable.
College was the
Can I?
result.
Oh, you went through a me
Okay,
type of
can I?
savagery stage.
Okay.
Please.
So let me tell you guys how I met Nikolai G. Nikolai G and I have been friends since high
But
school.
Nikolai G had taste before this all goes down.
Oh.
That bitch was bad.
I didn't say
Yo.
name.
preface this.
So, okay. So let me tell you guys how I met Nikolai G. I was in my honors science classes.
She had to throw that in.
But
Honors, dog. All right.
damn, I worked hard.
As you should. Do you
I worked hard. Like,
You right. Advanced Regents Diploma, holla at New Yorkers.
ooh. So I was in a class with, I won't say her name because we won't disrespect her. Nikolai G's ex girlfriend.
Not a couple
So
X's in there, but.
I mean, I didn't. I'm not gonna say them all. So anyway, so I'm talking to her, and she's like, "Yeah, I got a boyfriend," and she said it like so nonchalantly that I'm like, "Do you like him?" Like, and she's like, "Yeah, like he's okay," and I'm like, "That's not how you should." Okay, so then, and this is why I'm telling you guys, like, it's gonna sound corny, but Nikolai G was so sweet. So he
He's a
would.
nice guy.
Back in the day.
So back in the day, we were in this class together. So her and another girl were dating Nikolai G and another guy at the school.
Oh goodness.
Shout out
Oh.
Sonic, you my nigga.
Yeah, Sonny.
Oh.
Sonny.
I was like, wait, I know him too. Okay.
So it was Sonny and Nikolai G, but I hadn't met Nikolai G. I had met Sonny through another friend of mine. So when Sonny showed up to the door, I'm like waving to Sonny, and then Nikolai G didn't have facial hair. He was like the cutest little face. Because he looked like a baby face. And so we had like the 3 window doors, and Nikolai G would stick his head in and like wave and blow
Yeah.
kisses to his girlfriend. It was
that's
so sweet.
Cute.
And he would walk her to the different classes. So he would always show up to our class and then walk her to her next class.
Straight
Adore.
gentleman
He
swag,
was
y'all.
so sweet.
Adored.
Adored. Super adored. Like, they, even when we would walk out, even though he would meet up with the group of us, he would always walk her to her bus. It was super sweet.
That's very cute.
So this girl acted like, oh, okay. Like, she literally acted like none of this mattered. Like,
She gave.
she pretty much gave no fucks. And I remember I would ask her, like, why are you dating him if you don't like him? And she's like, well, he likes me. So I figured I was just...
Oh, I was that person in high school.
So,
Oh, no.
but if you met her, like, you would think she was the sweetest girl.
Mm-hmm.
But Nikolai G, like, I will say, Nikolai G was doing everything he was supposed to. He was doing everything to the book. Like, if I had dated him in high school, it would be exactly what I'd want. Walk me to class, hold my hand,
Super
everything.
Gentleman.
Super cute. And then, like, he had your little baby face. He was so cute.
You really got it. Guys, my
gotta
face
do
was
this.
as clean as homeboy right here.
It sure
alright?
was.
Like,
And
yo.
then you had that fro thing going on, too.
Yeah, that's
Still
what-
with the fro?
No, that was before. That was my first batch, and then I
Oh.
think I had just undid my.
But it had
braids or
grown,
something.
too. It was pretty nice.
Yeah,
It was a nice little fro
yeah.
going.
Because I used to
sorry.
let it breathe a little bit, because my braids, it was like, this is
I hated it with the braids, though. But I love the fro.
shit. The braids was the best way
I
to
hated
just sit
those
down.
braids.
Anyway, after this situation that happened, basically,
So anyway.
she fucked with me. I said, all right, no problem. Somewhere in there, I dated her best friend. So karma's a bitch. Holla at your boy.
I still can't believe you pulled that
I'm
off.
surprised in myself. But
I
yeah.
won't say her name either, but you went from like don't care to cuckoo.
yeah. But I will say, see, from that point of view, like I was the gentleman,
She
and
didn't
then
fuck what you want.
yeah, she didn't give a fuck about me. That's cool. Even the last one that I dated in high school, like we ended up going our separate
I
ways.
didn't know
But
that one.
you didn't know that one. You graduated already. But she ended up messing with me. So by the time I got to college, I was like,
But you can understand
Okay.
why he got that way because he was nice to these
Okay.
three.
Yeah.
It's really
That's how-
nice to know some backstory because it's not like I didn't know him in college. And
Yeah.
in college,
But you have to
totally
Boy was
understand. You
real.
know what threw me off? Sorry. You know what threw me off? Because we had disconnected in college. I was still close with. I was still close to Jada.
Mm.
But
shout out to
Jada.
Jada, goddamn Mondays.
So Jada would tell me things, and I'd be like,
See, I still know these
Why
people.
can't
That's
Nikolai
crazy.
G?
I know too many people.
and he would tell me, and he'd be like, I'm like, no, seriously, who the fuck are you talking about? Like Nikolai, G- like because I still knew him from high school.
Mm.
This like the sweet little guy that would tell me that my tits were big, like that
Oh
guy.
my god.
I call him
So
how I see him.
Oh
So- then when I reconnected with him, and then I met his now girl,
Mhm.
and I was like, thank God I didn't go to UHart because I would have laughed the
You
fuck
would've
out.
all
I would
day,
have. The thing is,
every
I would
day.
have never ruined it because I would have let him do him.
Right.
But he would have never came to my fucking dorm with that
Of
shit.
course not.
He
No,
would-
he would have been all around you. Like it
Yeah.
would have been like the
Yeah,
people
like,
that
and
you
then-
knew,
The people you
Exactly.
and
knew.
the people
Yeah.
that they knew that
Exactly.
they knew.
So, but
Yeah.
I would have never ruined his game. I would have never done that to him.
Yeah.
But he would have came to me, and I'm like, look at your little
Yeah.
funky ass.
But,
out of
but the point of this story is, fuck y'all.
He was so-
In summation.
Yeah, in summation, I
He
had to-
was that
yeah,
sweet.
I had to go through. I was a sweet guy.
Super cute.
I had some girls that said fuck my life, and I was like, okay. And then I realized at that single moment that nice guys actually do finish last, and the assholes prevail in the world. So I
I
changed
feel
my
like
whole
that's
approach.
not true.
Is that fully true?
No, it is all right. I know you guys don't want to admit this.
No, it-
but at that age group,
That was true.
maybe not for you. At that age group, I realized that I caught more flies with shit than I did with honey.
Well, damn.
Well, the thing about it is, again, I knew, like, I purposefully did not go for certain guys. Like, I didn't like any guys on the football team.
Yeah.
I didn't like
a
any guys in the
reputation.
basketball.
Like, it
Well,
was
two
gonna-
things. One, I was a loser. I was a dork. I'm not. I can say it out loud. I was a dork. I was in the honors classes, and I ate in the library, and I was scared to get bullied. Like, I was that dork. So I
That's
never
so cute.
wanted the jock or one. I doubted they would want me, or if they did want me, it was literally just to sleep with me and then move on.
Boo!
We went to Corn Dog High. That's all we knew.
Yeah. Like,
Boo!
so like my lunches were spent in the library or because I was scared to go to the cafeteria because either I had no one to sit. Doesn't matter. Anyway, or I would be like in the classroom doing projects or whatever. So whatever. But I will say, like, I knew Nikolai G back then, and he was such a, like, even though he still had his little slick mouth, he was such a sweetheart that when I reconnected with him when he was in college, like,
Least has the most power in the relationship, and it's like, but why is that a thing?
I don't-
Where it's like that concept to me has always been like, because I'm a Capricorn, and like Capricorns,
Satisfied.
yes, Capricorns. Once we love you, once we
But
love
it's actually
you.
cool that we're not actually far in birthdays. Like, it literally, the way we're sitting
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
that's right.
Because Scorpio,
yeah.
Sag, Capricorn is actually not that
Yeah,
bad.
all right, cool.
Once we love you, like we really love you, and we're gonna
Like,
fall hard.
We love you hard.
That
Yeah,
can't be the same because
Yes.
I love hard.
It's
So, like,
insane.
I mean, there, you know, I'm a Scorpio moon, so like that's a thing. But beyond that,
In other words, she nasty, y'all.
Oh!
That's what it means,
First of all,
Scorpio.
Scorpio, not
Well.
all Scorpios are.
we're emotional.
If you're a Scorpio and not nasty, you're a waste of a
we
Scorpio.
are emotional.
You're probably that, you know, that in
Scorpio
between
moon.
sign that happens like the 12 days in between
I will
Sag
not
and.
speak on what I am. I
Is that
just know
the
my
old
bedroom
fucus
life.
or
Yeah, that
whatever
weird ass
was?
shit.
Oh, the
Yeah,
old
you're that.
fucus?
My bedroom life is fine. So anywho,
Beyond that, beyond it all,
Alright, go.
beyond it all, the fact of the matter is that it doesn't make sense to me that you can't like show someone how lovey-dovey you are and then have that person return it all the time. Because that person might be like, okay, they're doing a little too much, maybe they're too clingy, whatever else.
And
And
it
it can
bothers
be mistaken
me.
as clingy when it's really not clingy. It's more me being affectionate, and you should know my love language, and I should know yours.
Ooh, love language. Love that book. It is a good book.
Yeah,
I'm
Shit's
glad
up.
you read it.
Love that shit. That's why I'm in the situation I am.
All
That shit
right.
put a lot of things in perspective.
Remember that,
Yo,
y'all.
5 love languages, y'all. Representation of the Monday Report. Speaking of that, forgot the author's name, but you should endorse this.
I don't remember the name either.
Yeah, we're gonna be alright. But anyway, but I will say, alright, so as crazy as it is, if you go good, I mean if you're good and then you go bad, obviously in there you're gonna end up doing some savage things, right? You're gonna have some issues, you're gonna have some different relationships with people. So what I'm saying is if you were to continue with that, there's gonna be some people that you're gonna end up ghosting on, they're gonna end up ghosting on you. Like, why the fuck do we do that shit? Because that can hurt, that can mess with people's psyches. In fact, that can lead to some people end up going bad. So why do we do that shit? And one, did we always do this shit, or is this because
I feel like ghosting has always been. It can't be new.
I think it's a new name
It's
for
a
it.
new name for
Yeah,
it.
we
New.
can
It's
describe it
almost
now.
like and only because it literally clicks in. I have always been saying wildin'. I've been saying wildin' forever.
Still
So-
feel like you're saying it
Wildin'.
What's it?
wrong. I don't know. I still feel like you're saying it wrong when you say it.
Is
Definitely
it
not
not?
wildin'. I know how I'm saying it.
Is it
Willing.
not? Oh my god.
Anyway, so
Wilding.
okay, so when the Central Park 5 thing came out,
Oh,
No,
way
I
to
can't.
take it deep.
and
I
the
know.
police were saying
I can't.
wilding.
They were.
I was like, yo,
I'm like-
are you were you saying wilding when they would say they was wilding?
They were wilding.
They were wilding in the park. So
That's
when they was
what
like,
they were doing.
so when they said they were wilding in the park, I was like, yo, that word isn't even new.
It's not.
So yeah, so when I was watching like the Central Park 5 thing and they were like, the kids were wilding in the park, I was like, you mean wilding? Yo, that was a word back in 1989.
No,
I wasn't even born yet.
it wasn't.
First off, can we not talk about you not being born in 1989?
Tail end.
Mm.